There is a moment many women do not expect. One day the clothes feel tighter, the belly feels heavier, the scale barely moves. Even when the diet is the same, friends say to eat less. Some doctors say to exercise more. But deep inside, the question rises, why is this happening now? For millions of women, this change arrives during menopause. Belly fat appears fast. It comes with stubbornness. It behaves differently. And here is the truth that very few people explain clearly. This is not a failure of discipline. This is not laziness. This is not a lack of effort. This is biology, hormones, and metabolism shifting in powerful ways. When estrogen drops, the body receives a signal: store fat in the belly area, hold energy in reserve, slow down the burn rate. Cortisol rises more easily. Insulin becomes harder to control. Sleep becomes lighter. Cravings become stronger. And the old tricks stop working. Fewer calories do not always mean less fat. More cardio sometimes makes exhaustion worse. Most advice online misses this. It keeps shouting the same ideas: eat less, move more, push harder. But there is another side to the story. There are daily habits that speak directly to hormones. They calm stress responses. They wake up muscle tissue. They support the liver and gut. They steady appetite signals. They tell the body gently that it is safe to release stored fat. In this video, you will learn 7 specific daily habits that target menopausal belly fat in a smarter way. These habits are simple. They do not depend on extreme dieting. They do not demand hours of painful workouts. They work with your body, not against it. You will discover why hydration in the morning matters more than most people realize. You will hear how protein helps protect metabolism, even in midlife. You will learn why timing your meals is often more powerful than cutting them. You will see how stress, sleep, and small movements through the day change belly fat chemistry more than many popular diet trends. Stay with me until the end, because the final habit ties everything together. Many women skip it, yet it may be the missing piece that explains why progress suddenly stalls. This is not a quick gimmick. This is not a miracle cure. But when these habits work together, the body begins to shift. Fat storage patterns soften, energy returns, clothes begin to loosen, and confidence grows again. There are also lesser-known facts that deserve attention. Researchers have found that muscle loss during menopause is one of the hidden drivers of belly fat. Without enough muscle, the body burns fewer calories all day, even while resting. Another surprising fact is that poor sleep can switch the body into fat storage mode in just one night, and stress hormones can lock fat around the waist even when meals are small. These truths explain why many women feel betrayed by their bodies. But knowledge brings power. When you understand the real cause, you can make real change. By the end of this video, you will not only know the habits, you will know how to use them, why they work, and how to apply them step by step in your daily life. Stay watching, because each part builds on the next missing one. They mean missing the result. Welcome to our channel. We are here to bring clear, honest health guidance, especially for women in midlife who deserve better information. If you want more helpful content like this, support the channel by subscribing and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Let us begin. When menopause begins, the body enters a new phase of hormone change. Estrogen, which has supported metabolism, mood, and fat distribution for many years, starts to fall. This drop is not small. It is steady, powerful, and it sends silent signals through almost every system in the body. One of the biggest changes happens in the way the body stores fat. Instead of spreading it more evenly, the body starts placing more fat around the belly. This shift is not about eating more food. Many women actually eat the same amount, or even less, yet the belly becomes softer and thicker. Estrogen normally helps guide fat toward the hips and thighs. When estrogen falls, the message changes. The body tries to protect itself by storing fat closer to vital organs, like the liver and stomach area, because fat is seen as energy and insurance. At the same time, metabolism slows. The body does not burn calories at the same speed it once did. Muscle tissue begins to decline, which means fewer calories are burned even during rest. The body becomes very efficient at hanging on to energy. This is why the scale may barely move even when meals are smaller or exercise increases. Another layer is stress. With hormone shifts, stress hormones rise faster and stay high longer. High stress signals the body to keep belly fat because it feels unsafe to let it go. Sleep may also become lighter, and poor sleep increases hunger signals while lowering fullness signals. All of this builds together, creating what feels like a stubborn wall. Understanding this process brings clarity. It shows why willpower alone does not fix menopausal belly fat. It shows that the body is reacting to biology, not bad choices. Morning sets the tone for the entire day. When you wake up, your body is slightly dehydrated. You have spent hours sleeping without water while your cells continue working, repairing, and using fluids. Starting the day with water gives your system what it has been waiting for. It is like turning the key in the engine before driving. The body begins to wake up gently. Digestion starts moving. The liver begins flushing waste. The metabolism receives a signal to get going. Drinking water first helps reduce morning hunger signals. Many times, what feels like hunger is actually mild dehydration. When the body finally receives water, the brain feels calmer. Cravings are quieter. The stomach feels lighter. This simple step helps you avoid unnecessary snacking early in the day, which often leads to overeating later. Hydration also supports proper digestion. Water softens food as it moves through the gut. It helps break nutrients down and keeps the intestines moving in a steady rhythm. Without enough water, digestion slows, bloating increases. You may feel heavy even when you have not eaten much. With consistent hydration, the entire digestive system works more smoothly. It is also important to delay coffee until after you drink water. Coffee is not the problem by itself. The timing is what matters. Caffeine can raise stress hormones very quickly, especially on an empty stomach. When stress hormones rise, the body prepares to hold on to fat and energy. This is the opposite of what most women want during menopause. Drinking water first gives the body stability. Then, if you choose to have coffee later, it does not hit the system as harshly. Making hydration your first habit each morning is a quiet but powerful step. It supports appetite control, digestion, hormone balance, and steady energy throughout the day. During menopause, one of the quiet changes happening in the body is the gradual loss of muscle. This happens slowly. It is easy to miss at first, but less muscle means fewer calories burned all day long, even when you sit, rest, or sleep. That is why protein becomes so important during this stage of life. Protein is the building material your body uses to protect and rebuild muscle tissue. When you eat enough protein, your muscles receive the amino acids they need to stay strong. Stronger muscles support posture, balance, and daily movement. They also act like small engines. Each bit of muscle uses energy, even when you are not exercising. That steady burn helps keep belly fat from building so quickly. Without enough protein, the body may break down muscle for energy, making fat gain easier and fat loss harder. Protein also helps with appetite control. Meals that contain protein keep you full longer. They steady blood sugar. They reduce sudden cravings that lead to overeating later in the day. When protein is missing, meals feel less satisfying and the urge to snack grows stronger. Over time, this creates a cycle that feels hard to escape. The best approach is to spread protein throughout the day. A small amount at breakfast, a steady portion at lunch, and another serving at dinner. This pattern keeps muscles fed consistently. It supports metabolism hour by hour. It also prevents the body from going long periods without the nutrients it needs. This does not mean giant plates of food. It simply means being mindful, adding eggs, yogurt, beans, fish, lean meats, lentils, tofu, cottage cheese, nuts, or seeds can make a real difference. With each meal, protein becomes a quiet ally. It works in the background, supporting strength, energy, and steady calorie burning as part of daily life. Movement during menopause becomes more than exercise. It becomes communication with the body. Many people think progress only happens inside a gym, with heavy workouts and long sessions. But daily movement works in a different way. It sends small signals to the muscles, the joints, and the metabolism all day long. These signals tell the body to stay active, alert, and engaged. You do not need a gym membership to benefit. A brisk walk around the neighborhood counts. Taking the stairs instead of the elevator counts. Stretching your body for a few minutes when you wake up counts. Light strength training with simple dumbbells or resistance bands can be done at home. Even household movement matters. Sweeping floors, gardening, carrying groceries, and tidying the house all create gentle activity that keeps the body from staying still too long. When the body sits for long periods, metabolism slows, the muscles switch off, blood sugar rises more easily, fat storage becomes easier. But when you move often throughout the day, the body keeps burning energy at a steadier rate. The heart works a little harder, the lungs open more, the muscles stay active, which helps protect strength and balance. Short bursts of movement add up. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes after lunch, 10 minutes in the evening. These smaller moments are easier to maintain than one exhausting workout. They also reduce stiffness, help with mood, and support better sleep. Adding some light strength work 2 or 3 times per week brings another layer of benefit. Stronger legs, hips, and core muscles support the spine and reduce strain on the back. They also help control belly fat by increasing the amount of muscle that uses energy all day long. The goal is not perfection. The goal is consistent motion woven gently into daily life, so the body keeps moving forward rather than slowing down. Stress during menopause acts differently than stress earlier in life. Hormone shifts make the body more reactive. Small problems feel heavier. Worries linger longer. The mind stays busy, even at night. When stress stays high, the adrenal glands release more cortisol. Cortisol is useful for short emergencies, but when it stays elevated, it sends a strong signal to store fat around the belly. The body thinks it needs extra fuel for survival. This is why women can follow healthy routines and still see stubborn belly fat. The issue is not always food or exercise. Sometimes the issue is stress chemistry working against them. When cortisol rises repeatedly, cravings increase, especially for sugar and salty snacks. Energy drops, mood swings appear, sleep becomes lighter, and this lack of rest raises cortisol even more. It becomes a loop that feels difficult to break. Putting stress in check does not mean removing every problem. It means creating small pockets of calm through the day. Simple, deep breathing can shift the nervous system out of stress mode. Slow breathing lowers heart rate and tells the brain that danger has passed. Stretching gently helps release tight muscles that hold tension. Quiet time without screens allows thoughts to slow down so the nervous system can reset. Some women find comfort in journaling, reading, walking outdoors, or sitting quietly with tea. Others prefer prayer, meditation, or listening to soothing music. There is no single right way. What matters is giving the mind permission to pause, These small habits done daily reduce cortisol over time. With calmer stress responses, the body does not feel the same need to hold fat in the belly. Muscles relax, digestion improves, energy becomes steadier. Step by step, stress becomes something you guide instead of something that controls you. Sleep becomes one of the most powerful tools during menopause, yet it is often the first thing women sacrifice. Late nights, busy routines, and stress make sleep feel optional. But the body treats sleep like fuel. When a night is short or broken, the body reacts immediately. Hormones shift, appetite rises. The body becomes more likely to store fat, especially around the belly, as if it needs backup energy for the next day. Even one bad night can change hunger signals. The hormone that increases appetite becomes stronger. The hormone that tells you that you are full becomes weaker. This creates powerful cravings the next day, especially for sweets, bread, and snacks. At the same time, energy feels low, so movement becomes harder and motivation fades. Over time, this pattern quietly adds belly fat, even when meals are not huge. During menopause, sleep can feel harder to control because hot flashes, night sweats, and racing thoughts interrupt rest. But aiming for 7 to 8 hours gives the body a chance to repair, reset, and balance important hormones. When sleep is steady, cortisol levels drop back to normal. Blood sugar becomes easier to manage. Mood feels calmer. The body stops sending emergency signals to store fat. Creating simple nighttime habits can help the brain understand that it is time to slow down. Dim lights in the evening. Keep screens away for a while before bed. Keep the bedroom cool and quiet. A warm shower, gentle stretching, or reading something soft helps the nervous system release tension. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day helps the body build rhythm. With better sleep, mornings feel clearer, cravings ease, energy returns. The body becomes more willing to let go of stored fat because it finally feels safe and supported rather than stressed and depleted. Timing matters more than many people realize, especially during menopause. The body responds differently to food at different times of the day. Early in the day, the metabolism is more active. Muscles are ready to use energy. Hormones are more balanced. As evening comes, the body begins to slow. It prepares for rest. When food comes late at night, it collides with this natural rhythm. Eating late raises insulin, the hormone that moves sugar from the blood into the cells. At night, the body is less sensitive to insulin, so it needs more of it to do the same work. Higher insulin makes it easier for the body to store fat, especially around the belly. Instead of using food for energy, the body tucks it away for later. Over time, this habit can quietly build belly fat, even when portions are not huge. A better approach is to eat most meals earlier in the day. Breakfast gives the metabolism a steady start. Lunch keeps energy stable. Dinner can be lighter and earlier, so the body has time to digest before sleep. Leaving a few hours between your last meal and bedtime allows insulin levels to fall back down. When insulin is lower, the body can tap into stored fat more easily during the night. This is not strict dieting. There is no starving. It is simply choosing when to fuel the body. If hunger shows up later, a small, simple snack is better than heavy food. Over time, the body adapts to this routine. Evening cravings begin to calm. Sleep becomes deeper. Morning hunger feels more natural instead of urgent. With consistent timing, the body learns to burn energy during the day and rest at night instead of storing everything as extra belly fat. All of these daily habits are effective because they respond directly to how the body functions during menopause. They are not arbitrary rules or trends. Each habit addresses a specific way hormones and metabolism shift in midlife. When estrogen drops, Fat tends to settle around the belly. When muscle slowly declines, calorie burning becomes less efficient. When stress rises, cortisol signals the body to store energy for safety. Each habit interacts with these changes, helping the body recalibrate rather than resist. Drinking water. First thing supports digestion, signals metabolism to start, and balances appetite. Eating protein at every meal protects muscle and ensures that calories are being used efficiently instead of stored. Moving throughout the day keeps metabolism active, strengthens muscles, and signals the body that energy is needed, not hoarded. Managing stress lowers cortisol, preventing fat from accumulating unnecessarily around the waist. Prioritizing sleep allows hormones that control appetite, energy, and fat storage to return to normal. Timing meals strategically prevents insulin spikes at a time when the body is more likely to store fat. Each habit alone provides benefit, but together they create a system that works in harmony with the body's natural cycles. These habits work with biology instead of against it. Many traditional approaches, like strict dieting or excessive exercise, try to force the body into a pattern it does not naturally follow during menopause. That can lead to frustration, exhaustion, and little progress. When habits are aligned with the body's signals, results happen more smoothly. Energy stabilizes, hunger becomes manageable, fat becomes easier to burn, strength and balance improve. The body begins to function more like it did before metabolism slowed, even as hormones continue to change. By supporting hormones and metabolism, these habits create a foundation that allows every other action, movement, nutrition, and rest to have a stronger impact. The body no longer fights every effort, and small changes begin to compound into noticeable results over time. There are a few extra ways to support the body during menopause that go beyond daily habits. Certain nutrients can help balance stress hormones, support mood, and make the body more resilient. These are not magic solutions, and they will not melt fat on their own, but they can provide gentle assistance when combined with hydration, protein, movement, stress control, sleep, and meal timing. For example, magnesium plays a subtle but important role in calming the nervous system. It helps the muscles relax and supports the brain's ability to manage stress. Many women notice that higher magnesium intake helps sleep feel deeper and mornings feel less sluggish. B vitamins, particularly B6 and B12, support energy production and maintain stable mood. When these are low, fatigue and irritability can feel heavier, and cravings for sugar may become stronger. Omega-3 fatty acids are another useful addition. They help manage inflammation, which rises during menopause, and they support brain health. Even a small serving of fatty fish, flax seeds, or walnuts a few times a week can make the nervous system calmer and energy steadier. Adaptogenic herbs, such as ashwagandha, sometimes help the body respond more efficiently to stress. They do not replace daily habits but may support the body's natural rhythm when cortisol is high. It is important to remember that these nutrients are optional and results are subtle. They work best when the foundation is already in place. Consistent hydration, sufficient protein, movement, stress management, proper sleep, and smart meal timing. The body responds to the combination. Nutrients provide small nudges, helping the system stay balanced and improving the ability to follow the other habits. Even small additions like these can make difficult days easier. Mood swings feel softer, energy is steadier, and cravings do not hit as hard. Over time, these minor supports can help the body stay balanced while it adjusts to hormonal changes, giving menopause a smoother, more manageable rhythm. These habits are simple, daily actions, not extreme diets or exhausting workouts. They work with your body, supporting hormones, metabolism, and energy. When you practice them consistently, your body begins to burn fat more efficiently, and you start to feel lighter, more energetic, and balanced. The changes may appear in days, but real transformation builds over weeks as your body adapts and responds. The key is consistency and patience. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate small wins. Honor your body's rhythm. Your metabolism will adjust. Your strength will grow. And over time, stubborn belly fat will begin to ease. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it and share it with other women who might benefit. Subscribe to our channel for more practical tips and science-backed guidance to support your health and wellness during menopause and beyond. Your body deserves these small but powerful changes, and the journey starts with the habits you build today.